Today we want to talk about the DENT Coin. Today I will show you how I analyze the market in where the liquidity is going and where the big players are moving the market and where the market should go. So if you're interested, stay on it, because later on I will show you where I would enter the DENT, and as well, you know, where we're going in the next week, or better in the next 4 weeks for the coming months into DENT. So let's check it out and let's see what my analyzers give us. Let's go.
This video was presented by PEAKDEFI, the DeFi ecosystem to grow your wealth.
So what do we see here? As always, we starting with the top chart, and you will see some secrets here for me because I will show you some gaps where I analyzing the market. So I start with all times. You see it's all times messy. Let me clear that for you. I'm looking where we see some fair value gaps, where we have some gaps open where just one-sided liquidity was. For example, here was just sell-sided liquidity, and we see here and here there was the last buy-side liquidity. So in the range of that, we have some sell-side liquidity, which is a fair value gap. Okay, so because here was just the big players shorting the market, and this is a respected level, a fair value, where the market could enter back and closing the gap. All times the same, the question, we don't know when the market is going to close it. All times, imagine that. I don't know when they're doing that, but they have to do that. Okay, so you see here a little gap. Here is still open, so we have some open signs. We have this open, but all times the thing, how far back we have to look, because if you're looking back further, you will all times find some analysis. All times find something. Oh yeah, there's this side. We have to respect this side. If it's already a year ago, then you don't have to respect that. Okay, so I all times looking, just for you imagine, 3 months back, and then I check what I find. So we have this fair value gap on the monthly chart. I draw that in. You see that here in the yellow box. And then I go into the weekly. You saw here my monthly fair value gap. Then we have a fair value gap on the weekly side, which is this candle to this candle. As well, we have one from here to here. So we can normally copy this one. I didn't enter that. I mean, if I didn't, better for you, so you can learn something as well. We have here one fair value gap, and I can copy this one. And this is a fair value gap for the weekly chart. So, okay, do we find something interesting as well? We could say that we have here, like here we have a rejection block. We have here an order block, a short order block, a sell order block. Are we interested in this one? No, because this is further away and we have to concentrate in the current position where the market is currently. So we're going down to the daily chart, and here it will be interesting because you see much more cleaner where the market should go. And every time I'm checking, because how do I know that the market is going up or is going short? I don't know, but I can just get the percentages. If I have less sell side liquidity on the lower side and more on the upside, then it must make sense that the market will go up, right? Because the big player want to kill the buy side liquidity. They want to kill the liquidity. That's why you all times see moves like that, where the market is consolidating, going up, going low, and then going up. So they want to kill both sides, the liquidity on both sides, because imagine you are a bank right now, right? And you cannot enter the trade like a normal retail trader because you have so much volume. Every time you have to understand the markets, you have one side buying and on the other side a seller, right? And then you have a liquidity pool where the banks is going to buy your order if there's no person right now. So what are the big players doing if they cannot going into the market? So what they're doing, what they're trying to do, if they're going, for example, they're going long here, right? Because they know there will be some stop losses. So they will go some long here. And where do they want to close their trades? They have to close somewhere where they know there will be a lot of liquidity, right? Because they cannot just say, okay, I want to close 1 billion here. It doesn't make sense because there's not enough liquidity. So they have to split the orders and find places where they can take out the orders. And this normally will be in the places, obviously, just imagine on yourself. Because, you know, there's a sentiment, and normally you'd all times trade against the sentiment. So if the sentiment of a retail trader, let's say, is 80% short, then you're trying to make a long. Because the retail trader is in all the crypto or financial world all times the person who is losing money. Right? Not all of them, but the most of them, like 90 to 95%. So you all times want to do the opposite. So just imagine that for yourself. If you see a range, right, and you are a trader, and you see a range like that, you all time saying, okay, going long here is nice, but as well going short here and do a tight stop loss is nice as well. So what do you have, and what can the market maker, because imagine you can move the market, and you want to kick all of them out because not all of them can make money, right? The best move would be to get the stop losses and trigger the buys. Then you move the market down to get the stop losses from the other one, and then you have a sharp move up. This is how you can catch out the market. Just for a little example, we're coming back to that chart, but that you just have an example of it. You see that here, today, that was in this trade, I traded this one. We're going up above that high. We made a new higher high today. Market is coming down very fast, just taking out the lows here to get the liquidity from the people and then going back up fast. This is what you normally see as a market maker move. Other people would say that's correlated to news, but like I can show you in the next videos, you will see that the most thing is already priced in the market. So it's not because any news come out. Maybe there's a coming news out which was not predicted. Yes, that could move the market as well. But the most news are already priced in. Okay, coming back to that chart, we have a daily, and we checking for how many stuff we have above and how many we have below. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 things where the market could go down to get liquidity. Right? It will be a rejection block. It will be a fair value gap. It will be, which I didn't enter it because it's the same level than the 4 value gap. The bullish order block. What do we have on the upper side? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, but that's nice, good to know. But then we have also to say, because it might happen that what would happen if we are here. So now we have to decide, are we right now currently in a good position where we could buy the market? Are we right now cheap, or are we expensive? And all times I say we are expensive, and here I say we are cheap. How do I know it? Because we are below this line, and that tells me, okay, we are cheap right now, and so we can buy the market. It's cheap for us to buy the market. Okay. And then, of course, the most important thing, every time I say that in my videos, is you are now in front of the goal, you are in the right place, but now you have to shoot the goal, right? You cannot miss the goal right now. So this is the tricky part every time on trading. This is the tricky part. To find the direction or a percentage to going up is another game. It's like you get a nice pass in front of the goalkeeper, and now you have to shoot. Because now it's your time, and this is a difficult time. To getting a good pass is like you didn't do the pass. It was a friend who gave the pass to you, but for shooting the ball, you have to do it. So here it's quite interesting what's going on. So again, here we have a rejection block. We have here a sell order block. What do we have here? We have as well here, as you saw that before, my fair value gaps. You see that we closed here our fair value gap. So there was one and we closed it, which is nice. We have a daily order block. So we have a lot of stuff here above. Oops, that was the wrong button. Okay, so now we're going down to the H4 chart. And here it's going to be interesting because where are we right now? So we had, if you check the H4 and this candle, the last candle, just don't think there's a candle been there. We had a bullish order block and fair value gap, which is just closed perfectly on the dollar exactly. You see that? Okay, but we see three, let's say 4 candles to the upside. Are we expansive right now for that move up? Yes, we are. So we have to find some places where we could go down below and to enter the market. What would I say? Okay, first of all, exactly here as well, we close the fair value gap. We still have a little fair value gap here and we have sell side liquidity. Obviously, perfect entry would be market is going down and then it's going up. But then I could short the market directly on the top because this is a fast move down. So I have to check something. And for example, we have here a fair value gap. If this candle is closed, obviously. And here will be then the fair value gap. So if I want to enter the market, I have 2 options. I have here an order block. Right? Which could enter the market. As well, interesting is because we have here a breaker block. A breaker block is something where the market is going up, going down below that low, and then it's coming back to that candle. We just went above this candle, so this is invalid. So we have here a fair value gap. The fair value gap again is here from here, and this will be the order block, the bullish order block. So in that order block, we could check as well for long entries. And then you don't have to do something else. Like we can still checking our cloud, but I can tell you our cloud will be short, obviously. But again, we retrace really high into it, so that's nice. And if we killing out the high, then my cloud will be changing fast as well. And then we can go into the daily chart and the H1 chart. And in the H1 chart, we can check as well some nice stuff here as well. So what can we check here? Because here we can get more precise. We said there's a fair value gap on the H4, but we see we don't have it on the H1. There's no fair value gap here. We have still the order block, but the fair value gap is not here because everything is closed. You see, we have this candle here, which got perfectly closed again. So there's no fair value gap. What we have is, we have a bullish order block here. Is that what we have? We could say as well this one. I take this one, and we have this one over here. So what would I do right now? So right now, when the market is going down, because I think I want to go long, if the market is coming back to that side, and it's not far away, because right now we are in the hour chart, it's not far away. If the market is coming down here or here, I will looking for longs. So these are my zones where the market is going long. I will screenshot them because I like all times my ideas, and you should save them as well every time. It's all times good to save them. And let me get them here. And then you're just gonna check it, what's going on. You see here as well, the fair value gap got closed here as well. We have another order block, but a bearish order block on H1 here. So that will be interesting as well. And as well what he's doing in that zone, because it might happen as well that the market is going up and then going down to my zones. That would be possible as well. Nobody knows. And I cannot tell you. I can just tell you if the market is coming here, I will looking for entries. My entries are all times the same, actually. My entries are just on the 1 minute or 5 minute chart, and all times I'm trying to get a consolidation with a break of the low and then going high. This is all times what I'm looking for. Every time the same. I have a program who's telling me when the vola is doing that, and then I just can enter the trade. So super easy. Yeah, not difficult. But this is how you have to shoot the ball. Like, you have to find a way how you enter the market. Of course, I will try to teach you here how you can enter the market, but in the end, you have to shoot yourself, and you have to find how could you enter the market, because there are a lot of ways how you can enter the market. If you think you are long, you can just say in the morning, I just buy exactly when the market will open, right? If you still think you're long, then you can do it. But if you want to make it more precise and more for the day trading, then you have to find another way. And I think as well the best way is all times, if you're trying to buy the market, try to buy below the open, right? For example, let's say market went up, okay, and set the candle, and now this candle is opening here. All times trying to buy below that open, so everywhere where the market is here and going up, because you will see that. Look, if the market is short, for example, right? Here we have short. Where you want to sell? Do you directly want to sell here when the market is open? No. Perfect is below, behind the open, so everything which is here, you will find a short. Same here. Do you want to short the open? No, then you would lose. Behind it. And then the same here. Okay, it would be nice if you directly sell on the open, but better is on above. Everything which is above the open will be fine for a short. The same here. The same here. Every time again, if you see a short market, you will all time see the perfect entry will be above or below the open. So for a short, above the open, and for a buy below the open. That's simple. Because imagine here. Okay, looks like a minus day, but you can still make profit because you didn't buy the open. You buy somewhere else here, and then the market could go up and go down again. But you could make, for your scalp, you could make profits. And this is really important. So for DENT, this will be my way to look for buys. And of course, I will make some shorts if I find some buys in that place. And then you will see that as well. I hope you like it. Stay safe. And as well, prepare every time for your trades and make a trading book that you can know in the future, what you did in the past. So have a great week, and we're gonna hear us soon. Bye.